Where do you see the trending topics for the APAC region?
For the APAC region, but also worldwide, the biggest trend I would see in telecommunications is really how to innovate telecommunication business. There's at the moment a lot of discussions about how telcos can actually become techcos. And that may sound at the beginning as something which is very technical, but it's not. The focus here is really how do you innovate culture? How do you change how telecommunication operators actually position themselves in the market? So are they just a telecommunication infrastructure provider? Are they digital enablers? Or do they really go even one step further into competition with the big American firms like Google, Facebook, where they actually provide services on top of their infrastructure? And that means this innovation in their business model, from just providing fixed mobile data and voice services to becoming the nucleus in a digital ecosystem. I believe that's the biggest trend we see at the moment in the telecommunication industry. If we unpack that a little bit, there are topics then focused a lot with regards to efficiency, because all these topics like 5G and fiberization of our networks, so basically making them even faster than they are today and allowing all those new services and applications to be ran on top of that, that requires a lot of investment. So we need to find in our industry answers to how can that be financed? How can we, in the most efficient way, build these very fast, highly innovative networks that are literally present everywhere and provide us with services pretty much everywhere around the globe 24/7.
What we also see here in Southeast Asia, and not only here in Southeast Asia, but also in the entire world, there is also a trend towards consolidation. So this is part of, let's say, maturing markets, of course, that some of the operators, they are trying to merge their businesses together in order to get a better market position, to be stronger, to succeed and drive the markets. So this is also here very visible and very present in the last few years. So it's coming more often, and we are not at the end of the line yet.
Yeah, and I like the topic you mentioned already with regards to consolidation, because it also shows, on the other hand, how important the telecommunication infrastructure actually is. So when we see all these investments that need to be made, and how can that be done in the most efficient way? Consolidation is one step towards these kinds of efficiency, and we see a lot of developments in our markets, be it in Singapore, in Malaysia, but also in the Philippines, where infrastructure is shared amongst the operators. So that means new business models need to be implemented. The way really telecommunication industry works is changing more and more towards an environment which is ecosystem based. So telecoms operators are not anymore those monolithic companies which provide telecommunication services, but they are actually relying on each other, and they are also relying on partners such as universities, what we called the OTTs before, so all the IT companies around the world, the regulators, the governments, everyone basically becomes part of that ecosystem that helps in the end to not just only provide telecommunication services, but really exciting and very helpful applications which makes our daily lives easier, and also which help other companies to produce more effectively, not just in telecoms, but pretty much everywhere. So if you talk about automotive, if you talk about healthcare, so all of these industries participate and benefit from that development, which is driven by our industry and in that kind of ecosystem.
and you can also see as part of the ecosystems, the public side, the governments, they're also recognizing more and more the importance of the infrastructure for their ambitious national digital development plans. So therefore, you see also here completely different trends. In some of the markets, there is a lot of active involvement, not only bringing all the stakeholders together on the public side, but sometimes also going one step further, investing additional money in the public operators themselves, for example, or uniting or unifying different public operators under one roof so that they become stronger. They bundle basically their invest. That's also something what we can see. So there is a renaissance of, let's say, of the public infrastructures here, because the governments are seeing and recognizing the importance for the digital development.
Yeah, and if we are talking about trends, I think these days we also need to talk about generative AI, OpenGPT. I believe that's at the moment a huge hype, but it's also something which, if you look at the development of AI, which is probably 40, if not even 50 years old, and which now really has reached a momentum which is important for our industry. So we are looking at use cases where AI plays an important role, but the same question is basically asked by almost every industry. So if we look into that, how AI, generative AI, will actually change our lives, I think that's something as one of the major trends we really see, which is not just only our industry, but really the entire tech world, which is very excited about it, and it remains to be seen how that plays out at the end of the day. But most definitely that's a trend which is extremely important for us, for our business, for our industry.
And one more topic I would like to add here is sustainability. Look at sustainability. Yes, it's more prominent in some markets. It's not everywhere around the world at the same level that the operators or even governments take sustainability initiatives super and very serious. But this is coming. There's no other choice. We have to engage as industry community in more and more into sustainability initiatives and drive the businesses forward in a sustainable way. It's not simple. If you think about sustainability projects, we did also for a lot of clients, reducing their energy bills, for example, building greener networks right from the start. If you plan them and roll them out, then there's a holistic approach needed in order to reap the benefits out of the business, so that we get in the end greener businesses and a more sustainable business environment.
Yes, and let me take maybe one example that is very close to our core of our industry, which has always been connectivity. So basically connecting everyone. And if I see at the moment the very exciting developments in satellites, LEO satellites like Starlink, OneWeb or AWS Kuiper, all those services which are on the way, and Starlink, for instance, is already very advanced here to provide literally connectivity, affordable connectivity everywhere around the planet. That's something we've never had before, and really shows how important communication is for society. And it also shows that we have, as a society, as humans, really reached a point in our development where really everyone at the end of the day will get access to the internet, access to communication, be it here in Bangkok, where it was always possible, but also if you're somewhere at sea. So it's, or if you are in the desert or anywhere really in the world 24/7, you have connectivity, and those services allow that to happen. And I think we can only start to imagine what impact that will have on society when you truly have communication capabilities everywhere around the globe.